We're renovating the kitchen.
Well, we kind of already started a little bit here and there.
We did. So that's the thing about your own home, is that it gets kind of put behind everything else.
Yeah.
So
it can get away from you a little bit if you don't have especially if you have kids and you don't have
no deadline.
A real follow.
No deadline,
schedule.
just kind of just goes and goes. So we are trying to get it done. We're trying to get this kitchen done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to make a big push here to get this thing to the point where it's beautiful and nice, and the vision that we have for it is really exciting. We're really looking forward to having the space all done up, and so we're going to make a big push to try to get that all put together.
Yeah, I think one thing that's kind of held us up is the fact that we do have 3 young kids and we live in this house. So, getting completely out of this space is really hard.
Yeah, if you've ever done a renovation before, it's super hard when you just are doing one small thing and you take it all the way from start to finish and you try to piecemeal it all the way around. So basically I was like, I think we need to really just clear out of the kitchen for maybe a month, just the month of June. We're going to be out of here. We're just going to be able to work in here without having to cook and do dishes and all those other things that kitchen
we
is
do
nice
all day, every day. Yeah. And this is actually our first live-in kitchen renovation. With kids. Yeah. I mean, we've done it enough, we've lived through plenty of renovations, but we've never had to do a kitchen with young kids in the house, I don't think. Yeah. So it's a little different, and I've had my heels in the dirt a little bit about this, but I'm very excited to do this kitchen. I mean, so incredibly excited for this space. It's gonna be amazing. We just have to get through that 1 month of
and luckily it's really nice out and we have a barbecue, so
grilled
vegetables,
and we did our garden,
so
we have nice space outside to hang out in. So I think that'll be the plan, is we're just eating outside a bunch, which is awesome.
Maybe we should talk about what we're changing, what we don't like, kind of why we're doing this renovation. I think one huge thing is just the overall layout, and it was updated maybe 20 years ago, something like that. And the layout is really awkward with the angled island.
This is the biggest kitchen we have ever had by 100. It's double as big as any kitchen we've ever had. But it's the most awkward. We all end up, there's an angled island, and then this corner right here that we're standing in front of,
everything happens.
There are 5 people within 4 square feet every day. I turn around and the kids are under me, or they're grabbing fruit, and and this is the only run of countertop that we actually use all day, every day. And it's a dishwasher, and it's the stove, and it's the fridge, and the sink. And so it's just super awkward. So we are going to take out the angled island. We are going to turn it, and we're going to have a nice long rectangular island with seating on 2 sides. We're going to replace the fridge with our 36-inch Blue Star range.
Yeah, so this is going to be a range with the hood above it, island, sink stand, dishwasher stand. And then we're actually going to put a pantry in back here in the area that used to be the laundry room. Mm-hmm. And so that's going to be Cathy's baking central.
One side is going to be kind of a countertop. It's got a window with a nice view. So that's kind of my baking spot. I do sourdough bread a lot, so we're going to have that. And then on the other side, it's going to have the fridge and the food storage. So we are putting the fridge in the pantry. A little controversial.
Fridge is going in the pantry.
Controversial, can't even say. But we're doing it. Yeah, and I'm super excited. I think it's going to be nice to have all the food in one spot. And if we hate it, I don't know, we'll change it.
Yeah, and we're going to do some fun stuff with the walls in here.
Yeah.
We are really excited to create a little bit more of a sunroom, conservatory-esque vibe in here. Yeah. We want to bring in some light. One thing that's been really surprising, we demoed one small little area of wall and door, and it's on the sunny side.
It's 10 times lighter in here now.
Wow.
Yeah. So much more fun to be.
Even that small little
it's kind of one connection to the outside, because this kitchen actually it has a north exposure, and then the sides don't actually touch the exterior walls, so it's always been kind of dark and kind of cold. So we're definitely getting a little bit more of that flow with the outside, and we're hoping to add some skylights. And one thing I will say is that yes, we're adding wall paneling to a historic house that has tons of detail already, but the reason we're doing it is this back area is kind of an add-on from the original house. And it has a lot of similar features, but it's different. Like there's none of the original millwork back here. So everything they put in was VG fir, and it's like, 20 years old. It's quite obviously not the original. So we are gonna try to kind of make this, instead of trying to like make it the same and not quite being able to do that, we're gonna make it different, but make it still feel like true to the period of the house. So we're making it feel like an attached sunroom that's the kitchen. And I think it's gonna be awesome. We're gonna change out the flooring to be stone in kind of a, what would you call that pattern?
It's like a classical pattern, right?
Yeah, but it's like a bunch of different sizes of stone that are laid in a pattern that looks random, but it's, it's a pattern.
It's almost like Roman or something.
I think of it as, like some sort of like European, you see it a lot in like old European homes. Oh, a kid is coming.
I need this filled up.
Okay.
So yeah, we are kind of adding a little bit of a different style back here, but I think it's gonna feel way more original than what's here. I think you're gonna come back here and say, oh, this was like an add-on in like 1914, and it just feels like true to the period of the house. Okay, so finishes. I have struggled like forever with the cabinet color, but I finally decided I just wanna go white in here. We do live in a country farmhouse in the country. So I think a nice white kind of country vibe is what we're going with. I know that farmhouse, American farmhouse style has been like super popular and all over, and so I kind of have struggled with going with it, but really it's what this house is. So we're embracing it. We're gonna have white paneled walls. We're gonna have a white cabinetry with unlacquered brass hardware, which is the actual hardware we have in the rest of the house. It's all the original hardware is brass. So we're gonna do really cool like clamshells and those latches that I love that you can find on like really old furniture. We're going to put in all new appliances. We're going with a stainless steel 36-inch Blue Star range. Nope, another kid.
No, my hand.
No.
No, it's from the snake. Go wash him.
Oh, yeah. We have snakes. Okay, so finishes. So it's gonna be a lot of white in here. White paneled walls. We're gonna have white cabinets. We're gonna actually paint the existing cabinets that are here because they're really good quality, but we're gonna fill in the holes and put in new hardware. So we're gonna have unlacquered brass there. So a lot of white, a lot of brass. We're gonna have marble countertops, and then we've debated about this, but I think we're gonna have a giant walnut butcher block top on the island, and then either slate or some other stone floor.
Yeah, I've been kind of pushing for the stone floor a little bit. I love the durability of the stone in the kitchen. A well-laid tile floor lasts forever if you use quality materials, and it's almost indestructible. And so I think it's going to be an awesome kind of flooring finish for back here in this area. There's going to be actually entry doors on two sides of the space, and a lot of traffic in the kitchen. So
yeah, and we live in the country. We have young kids. I mean, the mess and the mud that comes in is constant. Like we have chickens, and it's just kind of a mess all the time. So I think stone floors do make a lot of sense. And I really like continuous floors throughout a house, but I think here it works really well because there's actually just a like 3-foot wide doorway between the dining room and this whole back of house area. So it's kind of a really nice spot to transition. So we're gonna go with stone. I'm definitely gonna find a nice vintage runner. It's gonna be lovely.
So the countertops right now are granite tile. They do hide a lot, and I'll give them that. But the pattern obviously is super dated. So these are all going. We are saving almost all the cabinets, right? We're gonna reuse.
Yeah, I think we're gonna reuse
90% of these things.
95. Yeah, there's just maybe. So yes, let's talk about the cabinets. So we're really lucky to have really high quality cabinets in here, but we are gonna paint them all. I know that's a little bit controversial. Some people do not want us to paint the VG fir, but I will say that this house is full of wood. There's original wood millwork everywhere, and it's really heavy with wood. And so I don't really wanna bring in like another tone of wood, which is this fir. We have like old school fir in the rest of the house. So I'm totally fine painting anything that's not original, and that's what we're doing. One thing we're gonna do, I think, is take these two cabinets behind us and we're gonna stack them and push them in the corner here. So they're gonna go from countertop to ceiling. And I think that'll be kind of a cool way to get like a hutch vibe. I'm trying to think on what word to use for that. Some sort of like old school hutch. So we're gonna have that, and otherwise probably no more upper cabinets, just because we have a giant bank of windows in here, so there's not a lot of wall space. Behind us is gonna be the range, and we're gonna have a big marble slab backsplash behind that, which is going to be stunning. Garrett's going to cut that for me. And he's going to fabricate the rest of the countertops, which will be marble as well. And then we're going to have the paneling that goes behind as a backsplash kind of, and just like wall paneling for the rest of the space. Let's see, right now we only have bought one oven. It's the 36-inch Blue Star range, so it just has one oven. But we do a lot of entertaining at this house, and we also do a lot of like sourdough bread baking. So we proof that a lot. So
what she's doing is she's making the case for why she thinks she needs another oven.
Yeah.
And
which was his idea.
I'm big on board with it because I think having that second oven, it just adds a ton of functionality and.
Well, and this oven's gonna be so big. It's a 36-inch oven, which is great, you know, if you're cooking dinner or whatever. But for like a loaf of bread, it seems a bit like overkill to be turning that on.
And we wouldn't be able to proof very well in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you do the light or whatever, but
this one would be an awesome, like smaller, just oven for proofing and baking, and we're just really excited about this project. We wanted to give a little preview of what the kitchen looks like right now and how we live in it and the things that we're going to change and why.
Yeah.
And
I want to say props to the previous owners of this house because it's been really well maintained. And while not every decision is what we would have done, a lot of the decisions were high quality and we're able to reuse a lot that they did. So I feel really good about that because, you know, tearing out like all these cabinets would just be a lot of materials to the landfill, so it's nice to be able to reuse stuff that's here. This is how the kitchen renovation is going to go. We're going to be like working kid, working kid, working kid. Okay.
Hope you enjoyed this little peek of the kitchen before we actually get really torn into it. We're going to keep publishing a few videos as we go, so this will be the first of the kitchen series of videos. Follow along and you can see this whole project go from this to...
Hopefully it looks better next time you see it. It might look a little worse.
Actually, it's going to look worse. I guarantee it.
With demo, but pretty soon it's going to look really good.
Before it looks better.
It's true, yeah.
This place is going to be awesome, though.
Yeah, we are so excited to get to have this space that functions for us and fits more the aesthetic of the house and our aesthetic. So, yay! All right, wish us luck.